to another dose of Teflon and Titanium. I am your host, Scottie G, back at you with a very special episode. I realized after starting this podcast about a week ago that y'all don't know me, and I want to remedy that now. There's something that I've learned in the self-help arena, especially in the masculine side, when it comes to male self-help. There are a lot of grifters out there. There's a lot of content. Some of it's pretty decent, and a lot of it is utter garbage. So a little pearl for you to understand with this kind of stuff: listen to people you would trade places with. Now, that's hard for me to tell you right now because you don't know me, but with this podcast, I want to remedy that. And hopefully I can earn your trust in that regard. So that's my goal with this particular podcast. So here we go. I'm going to talk about my background without a whole lot of detail, because obviously, I don't want to pat myself on the back and and sound like I'm an arrogant asshole. I just want you to get to know me and realize I'm here for you. I want to help you. Women, men, everyone. I want to help people get to where you want to be in life. And I mean it. There's a lot of people out there trying to make money doing this. And honestly, I've seen a lot of really awful things, charging for services that shouldn't be offered. I've seen a lot of bad things, and I want to earn your trust. So that's what we're going to do today. So first things first, I've been married for almost 2 decades. Been with the same woman for 22 years. Got a great life. But before I was married, I had plenty of dating experience in both committed and casual relationships. So you name it, I've done it. I've been there and lived to tell the tales. So our marriage started out great and was good until work stress really messed with my mojo. And that's where my story turned to the self-help arena. So let's just kind of go over a couple things what happened. I'm a medical professional by trade. I've got 20 years of clinical experience, but I'm not a therapist. Even though I'm not a therapist, I've had about 75,000 patient encounters and interactions. That's my main gig. I'm a doc. I love helping people. That's what I really enjoy. I enjoy my medical career, but it got the best of me at one point in my life and really messed with me for quite a while. And I'm a lifelong student, and I like to be challenged. And in my career, I wasn't necessarily being challenged day by day. And then I stumbled across this kind of thing by happenstance and accident, and how that happened. So I love helping people. I'm a lifelong student, and I'm fascinated by human behavior. Always have been. People are just very, very interesting. Everyone's different, but when you interact with strangers for as long as I have, you start noticing patterns in people, and it's really fascinating. And I get a kick out of it. It's a lot of fun for me, and I love talking to people I don't know, and I love fucking with people. Period. I really enjoy talking to people and getting to know them and learn what makes them tick. So I've been a relationship coach for about 4 years now. I've spoken one-on-one with hundreds of dudes and some couples. I've reached thousands of people online. God knows how many at this point. I don't know. But I was involved with a private organization during that time. So that's where my original podcast was. And I realized that going public with this now, you don't have my background. And here I am. So that private organization was centered basically around healthy masculinity. Great organization, good stuff, especially when I first started with that organization. It was really centered around restoring proper polarity in relationships and bedrooms, dead bedrooms. That's really what I focused on at the beginning. Really helping couples restore heat to a dead bedroom was one of my specialties in that particular organization. I realized in male self help circles, marriage has fallen out of favor. And I've noticed that, especially over the last couple of years when I really started doing a deep dive in these organizations and branching out. Marriage, especially for men, is a scary topic. There's a lot of really awful material out there scaring guys to death to the point where they don't want to get married. And I hope to be a positive role model for that kind of thing. Is marriage completely foolproof? No. I'm an optimist, but I'm also the mayor of Realville, and know that toxic relationships, some of them need to end because they shouldn't have started in the first place. So, am I a zealot when it comes to marriage? I'm not. I am a realist, but I'm of the opinion that we need to at least try. So that's the background of my mentality. I believe marriage is beautiful when it's done right, essentially, bottom line. So now I've developed my own message as opposed to the private organization I was with, and here I am. Marriage isn't dead. That's the whole premise of this whole organization. My mission, it's my mission to help people navigate modern dating and modern marriage in an effort to form great families and keep families together. Because basically, any societal problem that you can mention to me, I can boil it down to family. The family unit is in trouble. It has been in trouble for quite a while now. And when it's done right, it is beautiful. It's just that many people just have never seen a healthy relationship to begin with. And that's what I want to teach you. That's my thing. That's why I'm here. And that's why I'm doing all of this, because I want to help you do that. And I also want you to have a fun and spicy relationship. That's the center of this mission, to have a great, sexy, fun marriage. That's what I want you to have. Okay. So, time to spill the beans and tell you exactly how I got here. And I'm going to start at the beginning. Like I said, just going to boil it down a little bit so you get to know me a little bit better. Okay. So, I grew up in the rural Midwest. I will always be a small town Iowa kid at heart. That's me in a nutshell. That's my background. I have deep roots in the Midwest, and it's an awesome place. It is the soul of the United States, as far as I'm concerned. It's an awesome place. It was a great place to grow up. So early in high school for me, it was rough. I had a great family and a great foundation, but my folks didn't have a whole lot of money. But I had a great family and a great community to grow up in. It was awesome. So by the time I was a senior in high school, my confidence for me was building. It was getting better. I started dating a good amount, and I had a really awesome, intense, long relationship by the time I was a senior and by the time I graduated high school. So I know what it's like to have a really, really nice and healthy, connected relationship, even before I even graduated high school. So, and then I went to college. That awesome relationship turned not so awesome, and it ended. Just young love, it just didn't last. We were really young, and things happened, and it ended. So it is what it is. So by the time I was 19, I was pretty much committed to daily self improvement at that point. This is way before, male self help was really a big deal. I wanted to be the best person I could possibly be. Um, and that was instilled in me as a young kid by my father specifically. He was a hard worker, and he taught me how to work. And like I said, by the time I was 19, I was well on my way. And after that, I got hurt a few times romantically, and it changed me dramatically when it came to dating. Uh, I dated multiple women simultaneously, casually. I didn't really care after I got hurt a few times, and basically just buried my feelings and became completely, totally emotionally unavailable for about 2 years. Didn't think I would get married at that point, but eventually, after a few years of doing the casual thing, I felt something was missing, and I basically just knocked it off. At that point, I knew how a great connected relationship felt, and I realized what I was doing wrong. And I just I had to make some changes. So I realized my faults and totally concentrated on my career at that point. By the time I graduated college, undergraduate. So then I went to professional school to become a doc. I met my wife in my first year, and everything changed at that point. She's a doc as well. We instantly hit it off, just fireworks immediately. And I knew she was wife material within 6 months of knowing her. She's an amazing woman. Puts any other woman that I dated to shame, and continues to prove that daily. I knew that. I knew I had wife material because I had plenty of experience with the previous bullshit. All of the games that were played, all of that kind of stuff. Just I knew she was different, and she continues to prove that. Like I said, so we got married 20 years ago. We have 2 kids who are teens now. We own our medical practices and a few other side businesses, but the medical practices obviously that's our main gig. We've done very well financially. Are we Bill Gates? No, we're not. Do I want to be Bill Gates? I don't. We're comfortable. I also raced circle track stock cars for 20 years before I retired from driving. That was my thing. That was my outlet. It was part of my soul for a very long time, and then it became work, and it wasn't fun anymore. So I retired. But the problem that I didn't see coming is that I lost my main outlet. And so things were great in our marriage for quite a while until we built new medical facilities. Stress was completely maxed out at that point, went way too far with work, way too driven, and I became depressed. And eventually I started having suicidal ideation in the spring of 2019. And I really struggled with that for about a month. It was pretty intense, and it was scary. If you have suicidal ideation and you're listening to this, reach out to somebody, because at the time I was trying to suck it up. I was trying to give some signals at the time, but I was not well for about a month, and kind of snapped out of it. And thank God. And then COVID hits in the spring of 2020, and I quickly got out of shape. Totally lost my way at that point. Our offices got shut down for 2 months. Started eating fast food a lot, comfort food. Just lost my way. Totally lost my mojo. And then the fall of 2020 hits, and the day after my daughter's birthday, I had what I call my awakening. I felt like the passion in our marriage was missing, and I knew I lost my drive. I lost my purpose, my missions. I did not like what I saw in the mirror after I got out of the shower, and I instantly felt like I was struck by lightning. I thought to myself, where did that guy go? Where did that guy go that could control the room? It was a lot of fun to be around, was enjoyable, and was just fun. And that morning, I was not looking at that man, and I instantly got struck by lightning, and I committed myself to change immediately. So within 24 hours, I identified everything in my life holding me back, and I committed myself to a total transformation. Video game addiction, I had it. Fast food addiction, ice cream addiction. I was a porn user for a very long time in my life. All of those things were a problem in my life. And a lot of men listening to this can probably relate to a lot of those. I ended all of those addictions in 24 hours. I had had enough of feeling like shit. So I committed myself to change, and I did it. I ended all of those addictions within 24 hours. Am I saying that you can do that listening to this? I'm a realist. Not everybody can do that. I did, and it changed me forever. And I thank God that I had that moment, because a lot of people will live their whole life and never have a moment like that. So I spent the next couple months getting back in shape. I updated my wardrobe. I found my purpose again, which was basically making myself better. day by day, every day, commit myself to being better than I was yesterday. That's our mantra. That's my mantra. Okay. And my wife responded immediately to those changes. At first, she freaked the hell out completely. She was wondering what the hell is going on with you. And within about a week or two, she embraced those changes and she ran with them. She got her husband back, y'all. She got her husband back and she ran with it and she started her own journey at that point. So we've both been on a self-improvement journey for years. And that, my friends, is how you have a very, very healthy marriage. So, like I said, it happened to me. I want it to happen to you. So let's do it. Okay. And honestly, within 2 months, our marriage was better than it ever has been. And it keeps continuing to get better and better every day, basically. Do we have our moments? Yeah, we have some valleys, but we have peaks as well. We have a lot more peaks than we have valleys. That's another part of life. You're going to have some steps back. As long as you're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, you've got forward momentum and it's all good. So after 2 months, I joined an online private men's organization, the one that I was talking about before, to share what I'd learned. I wanted to help people. I wanted others to have what I have and experience what I experienced. I want that for you. I want that for you. So I started writing articles. I presented material to help others do what I did, essentially, and I did that for years. I became a coach in that organization very quickly, and I began working one-on-one with men almost exclusively to help them save their marriages or pick up the pieces after divorce and start dating again. That's what I did for quite a while. Started doing podcast meetings, started doing that for 3 years. In that time frame, I've done hundreds of one-on-one sessions. I've done some motivational speaking events and did interviews with other creators and reached thousands of people online. It's been an awesome journey. It's been an awesome journey. And I'd like to think that I've helped more than a few families stay together since I had my awakening, but I am hungry for more. I really, really, what I love in this arena and doing what I do is getting a message or an email from someone I talk to saying that they completely changed their marriage for the better. I can't tell you how good that makes me feel. It's an amazing feeling, and frankly, it's addicting, and I am hungry for more. So let's do it. So after 3 years, the messaging in the other group started shifting a lot more towards divorce, and I realized I needed to do my own thing. I wanted to focus more on keeping marriage hot and healthy and helping people within the dating arena, the divorced. I want to help all of those folks. Okay. And I think marriage is great when it's done right. So, and here I am. I'm doing it publicly now, and we're just getting started, baby. So let's hash at it. Okay. So here's my goal going forward, y'all. I want you to have what I have. If you are single, dating, divorced, or married for decades, and here's what I have. This is what I want for you. A fresh and sexy forever relationship. Financial freedom. Complete and total independence. Physically and mentally healthy children. And a fun and fulfilling life with purpose. I want all of those things for you. Okay, that's what I have. So, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, listen to people you would want to trade places with. I'm not faking it. I don't need validation from other people. I am here to help you. I want you to succeed in life. I have a deep desire to help people. I've devoted my entire life to it. Let's get it done. Okay, so that's me in a nutshell, y'all. So take me or leave me. It's one of those things. If you don't like me, it's all good. You can listen to Rogan or you can listen to any other podcast. It's all good. Okay. I am not the most eloquent speaker. I am not a polished production. never will be, most likely, but I'm raw and this is real. Okay. So spread the word about this material in this podcast. Please spread the word. Let's make a difference in people's lives. Let's get it done. So until next time, see ya. Thanks for listening. Please visit marriageisn'tdead.com for all my info. Please join our private Facebook group to interact with me and with people from all over the world. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow to get notified of content I upload every single day. Be desirable.